Okay guys, so now we got the new handle all fitted on there, and it's all ready to go. I think I'm going to try something different with this one. I've never done it before, but instead of using epoxy on the handle with the pins, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to finish these handles up and try to kind of peen the pins over a little bit. So it's just the pins themselves holding the handle. Once you start peening them over and put a flat on each side, they should hold very well. So we're going to go ahead and try that just for something different to try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll just take it all apart, re-glue it. But no big deal. But back in the old days, they didn't epoxy the handles. I'm sure they didn't, because they didn't have it. So we're going to try to do it kind of old-fashioned wise, and I'm pretty sure it'll work just fine. But for the next step, all we're going to do is we're going to take off all the extra stock on the handle and kind of make them fit in my hand good. This is the fun part, because now you can actually make this handle fit your hand rather than a factory fit. So okay, let me get back to you. All I'm trying to do is just take off most of the wood. I don't want to touch the steel with my wood file too much, or actually at all. So I'm just trying to take it down to where it's as close as possible, and then I'll sand it probably with a drum sander real quick, or possibly by hand. Actually, it's up to you what you want to do that way. But for right now, I'm just trying to take all that stock off there. And once I get all the stock removed all the way around the handle, then I'll go ahead and start taking some off the edges or whatever, just to make the profile fit my hand a little nicer. So, like I said, this is the fun part, because this is the part where you get to make it fit your hand rather than just a factory fit. So let me go ahead and get to this, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so now the outside edges of it are all done. They're all nice and even all the way around, and all I got to do now is I got to take a little off here, a little off here to give it a little taper, and then just kind of sand all this down and give it a good profile, and this handle will be done. Okay guys, so now I got it kind of most of the file work done. I got this all kind of narrowed down right here at the tip, and took a little stock off all the corners. Now I'm just going to take some sandpaper. I'm really going to hit this thing hard and really make it fit nice in the hand and the way I like to have it fit. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll get back with you. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, since I got this about half sanded, the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take a little hammer, and I'm going to lay my handle down on this flat anvil part of my vise, and I'm going to go ahead and peen those brass pins over. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I got them pins all peened over. Let you take a look at it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so here it is. They're all peened over. They're flush with this. They're actually down below it just a smidgen, and it actually worked pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and sand the rest of this handle down, and after I get it sanded, if I have to, I'll peen the pins one more time. But they're tight. I mean, these handles are not moving at all, so that's a good thing. Another good thing about this is that, you know, if you're out in the field and your handles do happen to come loose, you could always just peen them over a little bit more, and they'll tighten them right back up. And if you're happening to break a handle and you could save these pins, it would take nothing to whittle a couple extra pieces of wood out. And, well, you'd probably have a hard time drilling them holes, but you could figure it out, I'm sure, and then you could put the pins back in and you got a handle again. So let me go ahead and sand this down good, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all sanded down and ready for a coat of linseed oil. Okay, so here we go. We got a knife. It's all done. Handle's all sanded, ready to go. There's a couple little tiny black marks where my saw cut didn't quite leave enough stock on there, but I'm just going to leave them in there. It'll give it some character. Not a big deal, you know. It's kind of supposed to look old anyways. I'll just, once I put the linseed oil on there, it'll make it look nice and old looking. So let me go ahead and put some linseed oil on this handle, and I'll show you what it looks like all finished up. Okay guys, so we got this knife. It's done as far as I'm concerned. It needs sharpened, but I'm not going to do that on camera. The handle's all on, it's stained, it's all put together. Looks pretty good. It's got a couple little cuts in it that you can see in it, but I'm leaving them. It looks fine. They don't affect the grip of it at all, and just kind of makes it look old, which is kind of a plus to me. I like things that look old. But anyways, so there you go. There's our $5 knife. I already had the brass to make the pins out of and had the wood to make the handles out of. So handles are repaired, new pins. This thing's all, it's close to being sharp, but it ain't quite sharp yet. So there you go, $5, and we will add it to our long-term wilderness kit, and long-term living wilderness kit, I should say. And there you go. All your skinning needs and butchering needs are all taken care of with this. So I'll put this on a playlist in the same category as all the other long-term ones, and we'll get on to the next one in the next set of videos. So I just want to say thank you, and just wanted to say thank you, share, like, subscribe if you want. We got a lot more of these videos coming, and when I get done with this, we're going to do a whole kit, and when I get done, we'll have a big discussion on the whole kit laid out on the picnic table. So stick with me and stay tuned.